Hi, folks. So I'm back again. This is Thomas. My name is Thomas, and I'm from Vilnius, Lithuania. I'm 44 now. As you remember, if you're following me, if you're not, I was drinking for 10 years, from 1995 to 2006, and from 2006 up to now, I'm 15 years sober. So we left with on the second video with the sentences and the general thought that it was fun, really fun to drink for the first 5 years. I finally got the way out of my, let's say, school problems when I was constantly was abused many times. I won't go in much details because it is kind of personal and relates to other people, which of course whose names I will not mention. It's an obvious anonymous thing. That's why I'm a member still of the Alcoholic Anonymous, and it will stay until certain. We will not cross the line on the certain points, on the certain facts of the my story, my testimony and confession of me being an alcoholic. So we go on this third video of my alcoholism story, personal confession. Why I'm doing still, I want to each and every video remind why I'm doing this. Because I want to help. Because I want to help each and every one, each and every family. Because this disease, I'm underlining this disease is really serious. It's not just about physical alcohol, which drains your body, which drains your mind and everything, consciousness. You see by yourselves how many people are locked in the psychiatric clinics, and everything like is even worse. It's getting worse and worse. That disease, that alcohol doesn't stop people. Didn't stop me, thanks God. I didn't have a heart attack. I wasn't closed like really into psychiatric clinics without the hands, totally closed, no way out, no fresh air. But actually, I actually, even being sober about 2 or 3 years, I went into psychiatric clinics personally because I felt depression. So I can tell you this doesn't end up just with the physical dropping alcohol, but first you have to do that. So after a small intro, that to get you that it's really serious and it really touches not just you but your family members too. And as you remember from the first videos, I mentioned alcoholism, and the way out is Al-Anon, based on the 12-step program which we Alcoholic Anonymous used to get sober. So this is the way out. I'll speak later. So this is serious. So we left, as I mentioned in the last video, that 5 years of my drinking was fun. We were going out, Italy, France, with a gang. I was drinking at the sea, the bars. It kind of fun. It actually deleted all my problems, but actually it took me out of the actual life, actual seeing the life, understanding, feeling the life. Because once I was drinking, I've got different feeling. It was like no problems, all the problems gone, all the issues gone, everything's gone, right? Only happy mind, happy time. And I'm still looking at myself on the screen actually. Would you tell that I was drinking for 10 consecutive years daily? I was really broke. And even on those times, people were telling me, well, by your look, you're not alcoholic by all means. But I can tell you, yes, usually if the person is drinking too much, you can see by his look. But I can tell alcoholics are not just by the trash bin. They're not like, just like without the work. They have PhDs. They're professors. They're investors. They're entrepreneurs. They are from parliament. I know some people. So they're actors, different types of professions. So from different families, from families who's like members of families, grandfather, father, grand grandfather, they were not at all alcoholics, but all of a sudden, the fourth generation, the family has an alcoholic person. It can touch everyone at any time. So I was mentioning the second part of alcoholism of my drinking was really, really miserable because I finally um, I was doing bad things. I was totally egocentristic. I was totally focused on myself, on my ego, that all problems of the world only on me, that I have lots of issues, and me and mine, and my family, my wife. We started the second children in 2005 and didn't stop me. As I also mentioned, that on that 10 years of drinking, I have one breakthrough because I was afraid when my wife said to me that we should divorce me. I went to psychiatric, and then 10 months I was not drinking at all, but on the basis of medicine, on very strong pills, that with alcohol, if you would mix with alcohol, you would probably end up really, really hospital or can even die. So on that fear basis, I didn't drink. But after that, I was start inquiring. Maybe I can do it now after 10 months. Why not? I mean, what I'm aiming to say to you is that on my whole drinking period, even after I end up in drinking in 2006, a long, long time after that, probably 5 years, six even, being sober, I didn't realize at all what is an alcoholism. What does it mean? That is not just a physical, problem. That is also mental, psychological, consciousness, behavior, mind, thoughts, actions are related to egocentristic way of thinking, doing. And by doing so, I was causing a lot of problems to others because I was demanding a lot of things to be done to me, but I wasn't thinking about doing to others. That was the issue, the whole issue when I started drinking in my school days, when I finished school, universities, first years of drinking, middle time of drinking, end of drinking. This is the main thing. Everything turns around me. And because people cannot give you whatever I wanted, but I want a lot. I can tell you a lot. It's not just two Lamborghinis, like in not direct sense of the word, but like in different way. It wouldn't cover even four Lamborghinis, two houses at the beach. I was demanding from the people too much. From my wife, just give me, understand me. I have like a lot of problems at work. I have a lot of issues. I'm fear a lot. I don't know what I fear, but I fear. I'm constantly was like fearing. Had a fear about different things. That I wouldn't do any task at the work. I was awaked, and from the very morning, I was like consciously trembling, feeling uncertainty and everything, and etc. and so forth and so forth. That was the case when I was get up in the mornings. Until the end of the day, I was constantly, was uncertain about anything. I was unsure. As a man, I was feeling shattered. I was nothing. I was zero, and I couldn't do anything properly in the work, in the family. I was constantly running away from me, from the life in general, in any stage, in any situation, in any field of my life. I was running away from myself. But guys, you can't run away. You can run away from others, but you will not run away from yourself. And in order to do so, I was drinking. And when I stopped drinking, that was totally different story. It was even double or triple worse than drinking, because when I was drinking, I could over drink my problems, but when I was sober, I'll tell about it in the next videos to come. But in this video, I just wanted to underline that the second part of drinking was totally miserable, and my wife threw me out of the house. And finally, as I promised in the last video, I found the way out. Actually, my higher power, my God, gave me the way out. Actually, those 4 months, 2005 October, when I was thrown out of the house by my wife and my kid, my eldest son shouted me and said to me, "Dad, leave the house." You can imagine actually already the past 15 years. I'm a little bit losing the feeling how I felt that day. But the mind, the memory is there. And I can tell you it was absolutely, I cannot even compare that, in the middle of the night, no money, nothing, just with one trousers and one t-shirt, one trousers and everything, and the, Crocs. And I just called my mom, and what she could do, she accepted me. But she was the only person that accepted me at midnight with no money, with nothing, miserable, shattered. I'm out of my family. The whole, ground, the whole fundamental ground just was washed away from my feet. So I'm just sending the video because I promise not more than 10 to 15 minutes, because it takes a lot of information to process, and it's quite difficult to get into the feelings. So what I always mention in those two videos and in this one and further to come, that you would just think over what I'm saying, just feel it, just even you're not like having issues with alcohol. I mean, like, the alcoholic is the person, I underline again, who cannot stop drinking after she or she promised to do so many times in a row. That is the main difference between us, me, an alcoholic, and not of even the people who have a lot of issues with drinking or they drink much. But if they say to ourselves or to promise to our family members, they can stop. We alcoholics cannot stop. After we many times promise to do so, let's say after one beer, after one bottle of vodka, after two, after many times promises, I've already mentioned of those videos. So I wanted to end up, what I promised is that those 4 months when I left the house was miserable because I was living on my own. I was renting a room. I didn't have any friends, because before that I didn't have any friends, but my family was my friend, was my mother, was my father, was my best buddies, was my everything. And I've lost everything. So in one gypsy of time, So those 4 months, especially the October, November, December, the Christmas time, the people are enjoying the life, they're going with the family, kids, wives, husbands, they visit each other, relatives, and they lighting the spark lights, they're giving big booms into the sky, and they enjoying being with each other, celebrating Christmas, Boxing Day if you're in UK. So that's it. I was living alone. 2005, still was drinking on my own in a dark room. I was remember that Christmas Day was the probably worst ever in my 44 years of age life. That was sitting in the cafe, in the bar, was drinking and was calling anyone to talk with me because I didn't have any friends. I was calling anyone and nobody wanted to meet me, and just spend that time, that 4 months up till February 2006 on my own. So now it's 14 minutes. I'm talking here to you guys. What I wanted to finish, as I promised, and we start over in our fourth video next time with the way out. I wanted in this video, but sorry, emotions, feelings had took over me and brought me back in those 15 years ago days, 16, 17, 20 years ago days. And that's why I couldn't keep the promise not to talk about this, not to talk about what I promised, but talked a little bit what I didn't plan. But sorry about that. We will cover in those other videos all the story, with all the way outs, with all the tips, with all the things, and big bright lights and everything, I can tell you. So I'm ending now this video, and the summarize of this video is, again, why I'm here: because I wanted to help, because it's a disease. And how can I help you? I'm now giving you the way out, which will start next week. Next video, it's a way out called Minnesota 28 days program. When actually it's like named after the city Minnesota, and if you watch Sandra Bullock movie 28 days, please watch it. It's a very nice movie. In that detox clinic, we watched that movie, and we match each other with that the main characters in that movies with ourselves, and I did so too. So it was really helpful. So the way out is 28 days detox program without any pills, medicine. I started like this. If you're really bad, if you're really shivering and everything, you feel the intoxication in your body, is too much alcohol, I strongly advise you. We were visiting when we were spreading the message about how we went out of this disease and got sober. We went out, me personally, I was in the clinics, in the detox clinics, when the people's been detoxicated from alcohol, being free from alcohol. So I would suggest to first go there. But if you're feeling better, I've started with 28 days Minnesota program. As I mentioned, no pills, no medicine, no nothing. Just with the help of social workers. Actually, apart from that team, was 3 social workers, 1 drug addicted, 2 alcohol addicted. And alcohol addicted were both 15 years guys sober, and that drug addicted plus alcohol plus gamble addicted, because this is the main principle, the same principle. He was 5 years sober. It was like out of my space, out of my understanding space, how it's possible for me, yeah, I got sober 10 months, but with the help of psychiatric and medicine, how they managed to be sober 15 years. It was like out of my imagination boundaries. So next video, we're gonna go straight jump into the number 1, and actually it will be related to number 2, Alcoholic Anonymous clubs and organization worldwide. It actually have the same ground, but we will start with number 1, where it actually was physically, where I start my journey of being sober, Minnesota 28 days program based on Alcoholic Anonymous 12-step program. We will start the next video with that. Thank you very much. Have a nice life. Check everything. Check my YouTube channel, Thomas Truksinas, on the topic my alcoholism. Check my patreon.com, Thomas Truksinas-Motivating speaker. Check my Instagram, Facebook, and also Buzzsprout. And I will be also opening a club in the newly very highly rising podcast platform, the same almost as the Zoom, is called Clubhouse. So I'll be doing Clubhouse. It's now only on the iPhones, but it will be doing on Android. So please follow me on Clubhouse too. It will be soon, the Clubhouse on the podcast, or the room or chat room on the Clubhouse. So please do follow me. And have a nice day, and please contact me, interact me, write messages. I'm very busy, but I'll try to react, try to answer, try to help here, because I have now 15 years of sobriety experience and 10 years of drinking experience. I've helped a lot of many of my relatives and friends, families, by sharing my experience, because actually how to first alcoholics got sober. It will be an Alcoholic Anonymous 12-step program. Bill and Bob, the 1935 that Alcoholic Anonymous organization was established, they did so, but just like one, Bill was sharing his experience, and the Bob was listening, and they were exchanging with experiences, and by doing so for over a night, they got sober. So about all this in my next video. See you soon.